all rested up. Well, this is a most unexpected surprise. I thought you confined to bed. Ooh. When I heard that you had collapsed on the field of battle, I confessed I feared the worst. But with you standing here before me, I see now that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. As long as we have you, Mr. Serene, history suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt even here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, our Toro will soon be departing for the front lines with a contingent of our finest as knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength had returned, but I know it would be an exercise of futility. Not me, you can't keep a cat down. Indeed, I suspect you have already decided on your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of that I have no doubt. The light of hope shall ever guide our steps so long as we have the will to press onward. And press onward we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. Go back to the Rising Stone. And eventually head out for the Crystal Tower. Tataru's back. I miss her being in her kimono yukata. I don't know which one is which. Wow.
By the 12! I don't believe it!
TLDR burden is in Heaven's Ward. They explain the world was sundered into parts. We are on the source as it's called. Each time one of the shards, one of the other worlds rejoin the source, it creates an uproar calamity. 7 calamities. The 13th was turned into the void, and the first was on the brink of destruction. So Minfilia with the warriors of darkness went back to the first to try and save it. Oh no, she's crying.
I rushed back as soon as I could. I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapsed like the others. What in heaven's name is going on? Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful. And what else did he say? The better path leads to him?
They explain all this right after you kicked their butts in the 3.4 story.
If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him.
It could
Sir
be true.
Emmerich said the fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Xenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Urianger, Alphano, Alize. You're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him. And I forbid you from going to face him on your own, do you hear me? So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home. As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But how are you to find it now that the tower has been sealed shut? There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid and the researchers of St. Coinac's find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, oh boy.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time.
Like the spreading of the rumors has worked.
But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
You got your ass beat.
A minor setback. She will not escape me again. Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Ascians do.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Ascian. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete.
Another
We
gas,
stand
right?
ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
God. Right, that one. Okay. That wasn't ominous at all. Credits. Oh God. Turn this in. I need to be alright. To celebrate your return, I made you this. A brand new traveling outfit. Oh, I do hope it fits. Ooh. New outfit? But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go and speak with the researchers of St. Coinac's find. You can go and rest while we track down the beacon. Fly on traveler's attire. There's this fucker. Oh my god.
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
Bloody savages!
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph. In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
Now he's gonna disguise himself as an Imperial. A normal Imperial. Crystal Tower. In the midst of a requiem for heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. In fields of tranquil light, you sow you seeds of darkness. Tranquil light. Real bad. Oh damn. The start of Shadowbringers? Oh boy. Good news, Syrcus. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for the beacon. Wait. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. Hidden path, he said. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. So we better go and give them a hand. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. Shit's about to get real, oh boy. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site. Let's be on our way. The new quest accepted music. This is the start of Shadowbringers. Can I watch the opening? I don't think I've ever watched it. Log out. I think I'm gonna watch it. Because I never actually did it. Watch it. Well. Oh. Battle.
years have come and gone since that day. How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called.
That is the warrior light, right?
The warrior of light.
Oh my god, this absolute bop. To represent you? No life left to live. Is that thing? Oh my god.
I am not wont to run from my troubles.
Holy shit, he's trying to get to all the classes.
Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
So she took the mantle of Master Matoya? Oh my god, look at the fat cats, literally. Thancred?
This town certainly has changed, and not at all for the better.
Oh, is this the expansion that Gunbreaker was released in?
I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Infilia.
Winfilia? Oh my god, look at this place. Oh, dancer.
This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone.
Holy shit.
Become the warrior of darkness.
Holy shit, that's so sick. Read you there? The city's called Crystarium. Holy shit, that was so sick. I did see the short version of the what's it called, Endwalker opening, but I didn't see the long one that they released, so I'm saving that for once I catch up. Then going knock Raymond. Heading to the survey site, madam. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Yep. I gotta change the title now. Yeah, look at this place. Alright.
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Blizzard's just gotta wait for you to get here? Oh boy.
Biggs! Wedge!
Wow.
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business. So we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
Won't be able to miss me? Oh boy. Gotta find that beacon.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
It's just lying over here.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in.
Might have found it.
What's that you got there?
With the
Now
cog.
that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now
Panic.
I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
It's supposed to hurt so much.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. find our friends and bring them home.
Ooh.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you!
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
The light. Where are you? Are you? Wait.
Your time
Ophelia.
has not yet come.
Oh my god, that's bright. It's really bright. Wait, isn't that where you're the first, right? Yeah. Oh my.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Is this what my friends were sent to? Chocobo. Heal me, I need help. Wait, is it this?
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
But it's bright as day.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time.
Wait.
And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply.
This the first world? Like a consumed by light?
Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire, its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
That crystal tower?
There, it will all begin anew, between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt, the one true struggle.
Shadowbringers. What do you think? This place looks sick. I'm guessing this is the first world, right? They haven't had a darkness. They haven't had a dark night. God. Say I am. Norvrant. The shards as a reflection of the source, our world. Especially more Dona. Oh yeah, if the crystal spires here, right?
Halt!
Hello. Oh, who are you?
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't.
This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
About that. Would she understand the source? I don't know. I guess I'll just say Gridania.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
Oh my god, what is that thing? Crystal?
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Look her down on the first here. It's called Vertica Greatwood. Oh god. Oh, that guy. Oh my god.
Everything all right, Captain?
Is that guy?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known.
Also, the others did pass through here.
Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
I guys got my own back at the source. I'm just like the others.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
The Viera and the Hrothgar.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you were still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Have any idea how much trouble you caused? I did the science here.
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. And though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Alright, show me the way, buddy. A big bridge. Seeing the cutscene in front of me, really? Oh my.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Orvrant the Crystarium. Let's accept this. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Ooh, white oak weapon gun. It'd be funny if I could see you even at the cutscene. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation will be more meaningful were you to first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive in the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catelys, one of the people I should like you to meet. You also now have access to the trust system introduced in Shadowbringers, so all storyline dungeons can be done with a group of storyline NPCs. No more raiding for first time clear the dungeons? Really? So all those dungeons that I didn't do in like a Realbert board I could do with just NPCs? Oh, all storyline dungeons. That's pretty cool though. On these Shadowbringer dungeons, they plan on expanding it to older content eventually. That'd be pretty cool. So I'm guessing like a lot of time you wouldn't exactly see people do like a lot of the story dungeons. Another is Morin. To reach him and his cabinet of curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps. Take the exit on the left and simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. Unintended. Very good. I can see the layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share your homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Till then. The AI is pretty good, but they are kind of slow as they put dodging above attacking in their script, so anytime they're dodging, they are not DPSing. You to the city, friend? The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome, my name is Bragi, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment from Mistle such as yourself, or for Mistle such as yourself. So finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. Is that what me Kote call here? Aye, something wrong? See if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a Hume. Get back to Relic Grand for me, but if you need help, just let me know and I'll hop over and help you fuck shit up. Alright, thank you. I'll be sure to ask for your help if I can. The other one is an elf. Hume and an elf. They're not called Alice, they should have called elf. The sturdy individual over there is a Gaugent. Whilst the one with the horns is a Dron. And then you have the large, scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zune. They're the Amalja in the source, right? And a knack for raising livestock over, but with us, they're fighters. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Yeah, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Your exchange with Bragi has taught you about the peoples of the First. So my kind is called the Mistle here, as opposed to Mikote. I'm surprised at the Elves that are just straight up called Elf. Or is this where Viera are from? Are there Viera in what's it called? The source? Besides the ones you play as, of course. Don't remember if I ever seen any NPC Viera. Lalafels are dwarves here. Yeah, this place. Unlike in the source, the Crystal Spire wasn't locked or wasn't abandoned. Gotta run. Okay, I'm gonna mount here and watch. Ooh. Oh, there's a thing right here. Is it under? Or is it over? I think it's over. Probably over. Oh, this place. Wait, that was. Oh, I'm trying to. Excuse me, miss. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and, well, well, what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even? A scrap of scribbled-on parchment? Not that I know of. My apologies. Literature is something I have of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh, so you're an interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment. I'll fetch it for you. That's giving me a fucking picture book. I guess that'll help. A little bit patronizing, but I guess. Ah, here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair and make yourself comfortable? On with the lesson then. A 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadow Keeper, the Steward of Darkness. Villains known as the Warriors of Light. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease, till the day an enormous, blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet, just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light, she stood twixt us and approaching doom. By her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrent, and Norvrent alone spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvrent's sky. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Agent Morn has taught you about the Flood of Light. Over 100 years ago. Wonder how much time has passed since the other people were, since the other scions, what's it called, were sent here, because Hrothgar said that he's seeing people like me for the past few years. 5 years. Jeez. And the warriors of, well, I guess the warriors of light then are now seen as villains. What's this? Is it upstairs? Decker got there 5 years ago, and honestly enough, I've been there for one. This one. Damn, really? Already a year? They... Well, I don't know how much time technically passed since Alizé and Alphinaud were